1 second. Okay, we can first start. Matsyaganddhi is the story written by, or it's a story or a one act play. It's a one act play by the author actor of this story, that is Sajitha Madathil. You might have noticed her. She's a known award winning actress, and you might have seen her as a co-artist, supporting artist in many of the film. Uh, I will show the picture of her. This is Sajitha madathil. You have seen her films and other some other. She appeared in many of the news program, films, etc. Yes. The story is a translation of a Malayalam one act play by the author actor. That means she is the author of the play and she acted it. She acted in the play and she is the author of the play. It was an outcome of an international collaborative theater project. That means this play is made for an international theater project, the Theatre for Africa, as a part of World Earth Summit in 2002. Since it is made for World Earth Summit, you know that some of you are making some kind of disturbance. Please mute your audio. So this is made for Earth Summit in 2002. Since it is made for Earth Summit, I mean International Earth Summit, we know that it must be related to Earth, and it must be related to nature itself. That is why it is included in the topic, included in the paper, included in the book, Nature Matters. So something it's related to ecology, or it's related to the earth, and it is also having some connection with the relevant issues related to the ecology or environment. That is why it is added to our syllabus, right? uh, you can see that. And it tells the effect of modernization on the fisher folk of Kerala. You know, this is a story of, or this is a story including the life of a fisher folk. We know people who are working in the field of fishmongering, or they are going to going to collect the fish, and they are selling fish. Many of the people are doing this work in our area, that we know that. So, Kerala, you know that Kerala is a coastal state. We know that we have more than 500 kilometers of coastal area, and many people of Kerala is finding their they are finding a livelihood through the works related to sea and related to fishing. That's it. Catching and selling fish. So everywhere we can see that most of the places we see these kind of things. The author explores the various concerns of the community, including the hardship involved in living off the sea and the beliefs and superstition associated with the sea. We know that you might have watched many films. You might have watched many films that is having the story of what we can call superstitious beliefs related to sea and other matters. You know, For example, you have watched the movie, you might have heard about Chemmin. Chemmin is a story, a novel. It has been taken, it has been made as a movie, and in that movie, we have seen that hardship of the people who living off the sea and the beliefs and superstition associated with the sea. For your convenience and for your better understanding, I will refer an another movie that is what Chanduputte. You must have watched it. Chanduputte, a movie, a renowned movie acted by Dilip. And in that movie, we could see that some of the superstitious, what we can call some superstitious elements related to sea and other matters. And we have seen the problem of the people who are living off the sea. Clear. Superstition associated with the sea, along with the reality of oppressive economic and social relation. There is a we can see that an oppressive economic and social relation suffered by uh, the people who are living off the shore or what we can call off the sea. The economic hardship or oppressive economic and social relation. We know that the people who are finding livelihood by selling fish, we know that they have a lot of difficulty in their life. They needed to go to the market early morning and they needed to carry the fish on their head and they need to sell. They are called fishmongers. They need to sell by going through the houses. They are arriving our houses. But today we can see that globalization and modernization have changed everything. There will not be more fishermen or fisherwomen. We can see that, and we might have a habit of what we can call go to the shop and we directly go to the market and you can see that many high tech showrooms shops we can see that there we buy fish. See, so it has been a great industry, and we know that many of the multinational companies are in this field of fishing. uh, Clear. So many, what we can call many technological growth and development have made one thing that lot of technologies are being applied in the field of fishing done by using a technology uh, over the sea. That you can that you know that. And the point is that the monologue. This is a monologue. The drama, the one act play is a monologue. Before that, some of you just respond. I think you can understand the point what I am explaining. I am trying to explain it in a simplest way. Some of you please respond. Can I go in this way?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. As uh, this is a monologue. We know that what is monologue. In dialogue, there we can see when two people talk, there happens a dialogue, and this is a monologue. Only one person you can see the dialogue. It's not a dialogue; it's a monologue because only one person acting in the movie, acting in the play. Only one character you can see on the stage. Uh, The monologue examines the effects of globalization and modernization on the marginalized women and children in the community. So, this monologue examines the effects of globalization and modernization. You have already studied these 2 points in the book itself, modernization and globalization. The world has been an entire and this entire world has been a global village. We are capable of getting everything from any places of the world because this is a corporate led world. You know, with money we can do anything, we can buy anything, and without money we can't do anything. That is what the current situation of this globalized world. So money matters. Money, the power, the money controls everything that we can See now in the cases of the strikes of farmers, protest of farmers happen nationally. It's another issue. We will come to that. See, that issue is also related to the topic we have to study, going local. That contains the matter of national uh, protest of farmers that we will discuss later. So in this one act play, you can see that marginalized women and children in the community, in the fishermen community. We know that fishermen community, they are having a marginalization because the upper class people may not accept them as equal. The fishermen community, they are in a community in the Kerala caste structure. So there is a marginalization for that community, and we know that everywhere, though it is not related to community, we can see marginalization in every family. We can see the marginalization of women, you know, that is happening in upper class or it is happening in lower class, wherever it is. So this character, a woman, a fish seller, a fisher woman, a fish seller, uh, she is facing a double marginalization. Being a woman, she is marginalized because of that. And being a fisherwoman, being a woman from fisherman community, she is facing a double marginalization. So this play, this one act play, is the picture of the strict, what we can call a picture or a crucial picture of the marginalization. This marginalization is happening because of the result, mainly because of the result of modernization and globalization. Modernization and globalization. The actor moves across themes of ecological destruction of the sea due to man's greed. See, and another point that is referred in this story, this play, is that ecological destruction of the sea. We have already studied that people have today. Today, you have read in newspaper that UNESCO has pointed out one thing, that our Western Ghats is going to have a great trouble, and it will definitely cause some disastrous things of human life. This is what the findings of UNESCO that you can see in today's newspaper. So ecology is being distracted. That's a matter. Same time, it is also ecology, but we know that we might have not noticed about the ecological destruction of the sea. Our sea is also our seas are also being polluted, being distracted. You know that we have a great wealth that is also we can see in our seas, because we have been eating fish and seafood items for centuries ago, you know. But nowadays, this globalization, this greed, the greed of the people uh, attempts some kind of activities that is going to the destruction of the ecology of the sea. Same as the shore, sea is also great ecological spot. Many living creatures are there, not only the fish, many other things that you can see in sea also. And the globe, the world, our earth is having more the part as the sea than the shore, than the land, than the land. And this sea is also being polluted, you know. Man's greed, double marginalization of the fisherwoman, and the systematic exploitation of the fishing communities. So these are the pictures you can see in this one active play. This is very important, and this is very thought provoking, and this is very relevant. Though it is produced in 2002, it's very relevant in this scenario, this time also. That is why I emphasize on the point that we must have an opinion about the problem that is going to be discussed in this play, and we must always make a perception that will help us to know about the society, that will help us to know the problems of the people. They are marginalized by many of the problems. We may be safe in many terms when we compare our life with the life of these people that we can know. So this is a note on the story. As a note, I can present this. So this is what we are going to see in this one active play, and this is very important, and this is very relevant. So you must keep clear knowledge about that, and I will try to explain it in a very simple way, simple manner. I have already told you, if you have any doubt, you can ask. If you have any doubt, you can unmute and ask, no problem about that. So let us move on to the play. Shall I start? Some of you please respond. Yes, and the introduction here. I hope the introduction was also clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. And you can see one of the picture that is taken when the play was staged. You can see the author self is acting in the play, and I will also show a video of the play. But in that video, the role was played by another actor, not Sajitha Madathil. And Sajitha Madathil, you have seen her. She acted in the many famous movies like I think this is from Idukki Gold. You have seen her, right? And she has also been a social figure, and because she has expressed her opinions about the marginalization of women and other socially relevant problems. And hope you will know about her with the reference. Okay, so we can move on to the play. The stage is conceived of as a seashore. Where is the stage? Where is the scene? A seashore, and the audience is the sea. Audience, there is what is the audience means? Audience is the sea, means the stage is open to the side of sea. It's happening in a seashore. Imagine that. And the audience is the sea. The lighting creates a kind of underwater ambience. Some lighting is there on the stage, and it creates an underwater ambience. Something happening in underwater. A fishing net is hanging from a peg, a small wooden piece. Stars and tiny fishes lie caught on it. Some fishes lie caught on it. A flat-bottomed aluminium bowl that is used for selling fish. An aluminium bowl and some dried fish. Dried fish symbolizes that her fish might not have been sold, so some fish remains dried there, and a face fashioned out. It's very a symbolical thing that you can see in the scene, that a face fashioned out of her, a face, a sculpture, a statue, a sculpture, a small statue of a face made by sand. We know that people make it on sand. This is happening on a beach, uh, and a middle-aged area woman, uh, dried fish and a face fashioned out on the earth, and a middle-aged area woman in a kind of a dream like or a dream like or a frenzied state is seated here, and she speaks. This is how the play happening. You can see a middle-aged area woman, area a fisherman community, area community in Kerala. They are living uh, by they are finding their livelihood by going to fishing and selling and catching fish. So an area woman, and she appears like a kind of a dream like or frenzied. Frenzied means not normal, an abnormal state. Frenzied state is seated here, and she speaks something. Uh, Gleaming silvery fishes flitting round, their murmur in tune with the rhythm of the sea, falling on my ears, and I keep talking to them like a mermaid. That is what she is saying. Gleaming, glittering, silvery fishes flitting around, moving around her, their murmur in tune with the rhythm of the sea, falling on my ears, and I keep talking to them like a mermaid. Not normal. You can see the visuals. You see, this is not acted by Sajitha Madathil, and another well-known actress is her. I play the video only to have an idea about the scene. So lighting effect. An area woman. She is in a frenzied or a dream-like situation, and she says something. She says something like in a dream. She murmurs, not actually clear. She murmurs. She speaks something. She is talking about her dream, and in that dream, she talks with a fish, and she is tangled in a net like a fish. So she expresses her problem. She turns breathless, then springs to her feet. Then gradually, she becomes more nervous, and she's going to she's behaving in a frenzied state, that you can see that, not in a normal condition, not in a normal condition. And she started speaking, and you can see that the bowl, that aluminium bowl, and a fishing net, and a face fashioned of sand. You can also see that it's a it's a symbolic character of her husband. She says that that is the face of her Araya. Arayan means her husband. She actually, now she has no husband, and we don't know what happened to her husband. That is revealed that he died in the sea. So this is a symbolic expression. This you can see in the screen that uh, this is this is her husband. This That statue, or that face fashioned with the sand, is her husband. Right. Continue. A giant growling whale of a ship with a flag flying high. She weeps, terrified. At first, the growling came from within my chest. That is what she says. A giant whale of a ship, a blue whale, a large giant ship, a blue whale like ship, with a flag flying high. She weeps, terrified. At first, the growling came from within my chest. She hears a sound of a giant growling ship within her chest. And then there were several ships growling in her, growling, shattering my eardrums. The sound shatters her eardrums. Little baby fishes, terrified, scurried for shelter under my clothes. And little fish, they are also terrified with the arrival of this giant growling ship. This is focused on the large scale fishing, that, not by going on a small boats or small canopy. This is a large mission. I have already told you, many kind of machineries are used to catch fish in an amaze, what we can call large amount of fish is caught by giant like ships. So that sound uh, disrupts the in her mind. All of a sudden, a huge net fell down upon from the sky. The net we have seen. Act as 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 if she is caught in the net. As if she is caught in the net. The growling of the ships receded. The little baby fishes, now dead, kissed me on my eyes and lips, and I saw another face that was being kissed by the fishes, that of my Aryan. This is her dream only. So the fish, terrified fish by the arrival of giant ship, you know that they came they came to her to find a shelter on her cloth, and that a small fish kiss her face, and some fish uh, kiss the face of her area. That statue like creature that you can see. This is uh, left to her, made in made with sand. This is my area. Since then, I have never waited for fish on the seashore. Then after, she has never waited for the fish on the seashore. She weeps silently, then moves over the face fashioned out her, looks at intently, and lights a lamp. By saying this, she she lights a lamp. She That is the fishing boat. She's in a frenzied state. That I have already told you. She's in a frenzied state. That means she's not normal, and she's going to talk with that face fashioned on the sand. And this is the next morning. She became ready for selling fish. She weeps silently. I have already told. You may be wondering what I am doing here on the seashore at this hour. Well, my husband is a fisherman, isn't he? And it's us women's job waiting for them to bring a fish, isn't it? Haven't you seen Chemmin? It tells you. So she expresses in her monologue about her husband. Uh, it's her duty to wait for her husband, but there is no husband. Her husband has been killed, or her husband, she has no husband. Her area died, even though she waited for him for long period on the shore. That is why she was there on the shore. That is what she says. And it says women's job, and it says a women's job waiting from them to bring the fish, isn't it? It's the job of, this is what I call, we have many superstitions related to seashore. You might have watched the movie, what we can call a movie. Haven't you seen in Chemmin? It tells Chemmin movie. There is a song in Chemmin movie that tells you that for Mukuwas who go out of the sea to be protected by Kadalamma. A belief is that there is Kadalamma to protect the Mukua, protect the area who go to the sea. Sea mother, Kadalamma. The women have to remain chaste, but for having the protection, the woman has to be chaste, pure on the shore, chaste and faithful. See, you have watched the movie Chemmin, and there is a song in Chemmin. What we can call. Um, Let me say the lines of the song. അരയത്തി പെണ്ണ് തപസിരുന്നു അവനെ കടലമ്മ കൊണ്ടുപോയി, something like that. Uh, it says that if an Aryan is going to the sea, the wife of the Aryan should remain chaste, should remain pure on the shore. Then only the man come back with come back safe. Otherwise, Kadalama may make some trouble on the man who goes for fishing. But if the wife of the man remains pure, chaste, and not going and not having any relationship with other men, then he will be safe. But this woman, we know that she is chaste, but her husband died. We don't know what is the reason. Kadalama has taken the man, taken the fisherman, taken the area of this poor woman. But she has a problem. She has an argument that she remained pure, even though Kadalama has taken her area. So this is a superstition existing on the seashore that we have already told. And by saying chaste and faithful, looking at the lamb, this is the time, don't you? But when my stomach on my fire, how can I stay back in my hut? Where am I to go? Leaving Kadalama and all other matters related to sea. So she wants to stay there on the seashore, to live on the seashore because her husband, she believes that one day her husband may come. It's only a superstition. And she believes that where can we go? Where can these area women go by leaving the seas and how to find another job? How to eradicate our poverty because they have only one job to do. They have children. They have to take care of the children and they have to find livelihood for them. What we can do for them? That is why they are still not leaving Kadalama and all my ancestors who roamed these shores. How can the children of the sea living forgetting their mother? How can I and my family, my children, will leave this seashore? We must live here because our ancestors, father, grandfathers, and fathers of grandfathers, all of them have who roamed these shores. Their souls are here. Then how can I go to another place? How can I do another job? So I am born to do this job. So this is my duty. This is an obligation to live here as a area woman. This is also a superstitious belief. That is why those people may not find another job that will provide some kind of what we can call a simple, some kind of safe living. But people will do only things that uh, how can I live by forgetting their mother? Ships away, slips away into reminiscence. She remembers. To find the place where the fishes are, you have to know the depth and the color and the smell of the sea. This is about the sea. To catch a fisherman needs to. This is also everything we can see as a monologue that I have already told you. She talks something to herself, and it can be considered as it is to be said to the sea. That means sea is the audience. Now we are the audience to find the place where the fishes are. A fisherman, to find the place where the fishes are, you have to know the depth and the color and the smell of the sea. Otherwise, you can't catch any fish. So, if you want to be a fisherman who can catch a fish easily, you must find the color, the smell of the sea, depth of the sea. And to catch fish, you have to look at the stars and the birds and the floating drone of the fish. You know, everything is related to the skill of a fisherman. So you need to find the star, we need to find the birds and the floating drone. Birds may drone when there is more fish. That's how the fisherman find it's a place for fishing, apt place for fishing. But you know one thing that nowadays we have many satellite technologies to find the place of fish, and we catch many fish with the technology, and that will happen. That will harm our wealth of the sea. Clear. That is what we call greed in the beginning. You need different kinds of fishing nets. If you want to go to fish, you need different varieties of fish. If you want to catch more fish, you need different kinds of fishing net and different methods to catch different varieties of fish. It's not an easy job. Fishing is a skilled job. You know that we can't go see, and the people who are going to fish on boats, you know that they may live on the sea for 1 week or more than 1 week. See, to catch fish, and they live, they eat, they cook, they eat everything happens on the sea. So it is not an easy job. So fishing is not an easy job, but we people consider we don't value that job. We may eat fish, we may buy fish, and we are fond of fish. We eat fish fry and everything related to fish, but we can't respect the people who are working behind that. It's a great work. It's a great work of skill and talent. We need to know everything. So, if you want to become a fisherman, these are the matters to be known. I too have helped my mother to weave a net out of cotton thread. We know that. So, it's also the duty of women. Women may not go to the sea for catching fish. What will they do? They will do the work, the household work, and they will help by arranging the fishing net by using threads. If there is anything to be repaired, they will do. They will do it on the shore, and the man will go for fishing. And it's lovely watching someone fishing in a boat made of a single block of wood on this shore. We know that some other kind of what we can call a boat that is made of a single wood. We can call it as Kettumaram in Malayalam also. A small boat, a small canopy, single person can go. And it's a beautiful sight, we know that. And we think about a sea, we have a beautiful sight of a single person coming on a boat, having fishing net and full of fish. Helped my mother to weave a net out of cotton thread. And it's lovely watching someone fishing in a boat made of a single block of wood on this shore. It's not like these new plywood boats, what we see now. That's not a new plywood or fiber boats. My husband used to go out fishing in the evening. She remembers about her husband. He is no more. Husband is no more now. My husband used to go out fishing in the evening, and he used to say he would be safe as long as Orion, the great bear, and the southern cross stood growing in the sky. These are about the stars on the sky. So fishermen watch the stars to find their way. And before going on the sea, her husband always makes sure one thing, that I will definitely be safe as long as Orion is there, as long as Great Bear is there, as long as Southern Cross. The constellation, group of stars, these are the name of constellation, group of stars. Orion, the Great Bears, name of star, Southern Cross, stood glowing in the sky. He was so good at fishing. Who? Her husband was so good at fishing. When he came back home, there would be the smell of fish on him. Actually, she remembers her husband by using these kind of words. When she comes home, there will be the smell of fish on him, and the smell of arak. Arak, a kind of liquor, not being used now. Uh, that is some kind of a distilled liquor, arak, arak, arak too. And now nothing remains but the sea wind and the smell of the fish. For you, it stinks, right? Fish stink, but now there is no smell of fish. The smell of fish is there, but there is no smell of her husband, and there is no smell of the arak, the liquor uh, drunken by her husband. But now there is nothing, only the sea wind that remains same, and the smell of the fish. Fish stings, right? Fish stink. Stink here is also the stench or the bad smell of fish. And fish stink, you have that smell. That is what she asked. She prepares to go out for selling fish. After saying these kind of things, after saying these kind of monologues, after explaining about her problem, so we got a real idea about a problem of the fisherwoman. These are all her worries. After saying that, the next morning she is going to be ready for catching fish. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ what we can call, she is going to uh, catch fish. Hope you can understand what I am saying in this way. Can I continue? Some of you please respond. Hello.
Yes.
Can I continue? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Right. We can continue. So she prepares She prepares to go out of selling fish. She calls Molly. You can see Mole, not Molly, Mole. She calls her daughter. She prepares after lighting the lamp. She wakes up early morning. She wakes up early morning and becomes ready. She after all the negative thoughts she had, now she feels very positive because she want to go to market and get fish, and she wants to sell, and she wants to earn money to find livelihood, and she wants to let her children grow. Otherwise, there will remain poverty, and she feels very happy now. She is feeling very positive now. She remembers about her husband. This monologue says that, and she is being ready to go for fishing. You can see the fish boat. She says that she helped her father and husband for making fish nets. This is how she remembers everything. She remembers every scenes happened in her past life. But now there is no fishing net. Now there is no fisherman. Her husband is no more. So only memories remaining left. And she prepares to go. This is a, and she calls her daughter, Mole, fetch my bag, will you? Amma has cooked rice for you and kept it over there. See if you can get some fish for the curry from the beach, and take care of your little brother. Take care of your little brother. Go out. Don't go out for play. She asked her daughter, ask her daughter that, uh, get my bag. I want to fishing bag. Will you? Amma has cooked some rice. She has already cooked rice for her children and kept it over there. See if you can get some fish for the curry from the beach, and take care of your little brother and another child. Two children. They have two children. Little brother, don't go out to play. Be here. Don't go out to play. Amma will back soon after selling the fish. Yesterday, when I got back home, the kids had already gone to sleep. That means yesterday she became late. She became late means she took many hours to sell her fish. That is why she became late. At the harbor now, and she goes to the harbor. She reaches in the harbor. She reaches in the harbor. You can see that, and this is she is in the harbor. And in the harbor, we know that harbor is a place we can see many kind of people are arriving. The owners of the boat and fishermen, fisherwoman, whoever it is, you can see. And now in the harbor. Today too, there are nothing but Ayla and Mati. No other good fish. Only Ayla and Mati. People are supposed to eat something right, something new, something right. I should pick and choose. She asked to the fisherman, the sellers. I should pick and I should choose. Half of what I got in my basket yesterday was bad stuff. What you gave me yesterday was bad stuff, bad fish, and you are supposed to pay up the interest on the debt promptly. We know that I'm paying you the money, and you are supposed to pay up the interest on the debt promptly. You get the money and you need to pay the money back if you are not giving the good fish. Act as if she is having an argument with the fish traders, and now walks off the fish. So she makes a woman had to make a lot of argument with the fish traders, wholesale fish traders on the harbor. She complains, will it do if I pay up only half the money today? No, bastards. Hey, give me a hand here. So actually, she has no money because yesterday she took a lot of trouble to sail sail the fish. So she asked the wholesale dealer, fish trader, that can I give the half of the money tomorrow? Can I give only half today? No, bastards. Hey, give me a hand. She asked others to help her to put the basket, put the bowl on her head. And after getting fish, now she reaches in the bus station. She needs to find a bus, but we know that people will not allow many of. If we see a fisherwoman on the bus, we may be irritated because of the smell or something like that. But actually, we don't do that because we want to eat fish and we are not ready to accept the smell of fish. Puts her basket on her, and she says again, left to home at 4 in the morning, 4 a.m. For leaving home 4 in the morning, we need to wake up by 3, 4 in the morning. It was already late by the time I reached the harbor, and later still by the time I managed in the din and bustle the. He needed to fight a lot to get the fish in the harbor, to pay up and get some fish. And the price, oh dear, fish, oh dear, fish costs so dear now. And then there is the money for wages, money for transport, money for ice and sawdust. You can eat you can eat your fish. So when we and there is the money for wages, money for transport. If fisherwoman need to give money for wages, she wants to get some wage, and money for transport. She needs to give fair transportation charge, not only bus charge. There will be the charge of luggage should be paid for fish, the bucket of fish, money for transport, money for ice to keeping her fish fresh. She wants to buy ice and sawdust. Sawdust means the powder that we can get after cutting wood that is used to keep the ice fresh and keeping away from melting. So these are all the things needed to be uh, sent by needs to be sent by a fisherwoman. Din and bustle at the bus stop. There is a rush and sounds are hearing. People wrinkle their nose at the fish basket and the smell of the fish. People, what we can say, that people wrinkle, they wrinkle their nose by hearing this, by getting the smell of the fish and basket and smell of the fish, as if in a reaction to this. We know that we always have a reaction of that. When a lorry of fish going through the road, we will be saying that what a damn smell. And when a fisherman going to near to us, we will say that stinch. We always say, we always keep that kind of attitude. But you know one thing, that they are doing that business for us. We want we need to eat, but we are not ready to accept the reality. That's why. And they say, I stink, fish stink. People say that we have a smell, you don't come here, you stink, you have a smell of fish. And fish stink, going around selling fish. What else can I smell? Jasmine, she says, I'm a fish seller and I'm dealing with the fish. And what kind of smell you get from me? The smell of fish. Will I smell fish? Will I smell jasmine flower? Because I am not a flower seller. I am selling fish. Then there is a smell of smell of the fish. These fellows, don't they have mothers and sisters? It's such tough job selling fish. People will make a note of a comment argument to the fishing woman. Don't they have mother? Don't they have sister? Why are they saying like this? But when you have a plate full of fish on the dining table, it's okay. When you have fish, a cooked fish, the fried fish on the dining table, you will be very happy to eat fish. But you don't try to know the hard work behind the arrival of that fish. There is many things to be done for getting that fish, for preparing that fish. It smells, but you only think about the fish that is on the dining table. It's so delicious, it's so delicious, isn't it? And she reaches at the bus stop. Will you stop Palayam, son? She wants to go to Palayam. And she asks bus driver, conductors, and cleaners, will you stop at Palayam, son? Angry for a bus comes and goes without letting her in. A bus comes and without letting her, the bus moves. She asked Palayam, she wants to go to Palayam, but no buses are stopping there to get her on. Son of a bitch. She's very angry. The people will angry when they have the circumstances that make her angry. Son of a bitch. See, if you don't reach the market in time, if you don't reach the market in time, it is such a hassle. It is another problem if we don't reach at the market at the time. All the tidy spots will be taken over by those puffed up males. There will be male. There will be male. They will take the place of the market. So after getting the fish from the harbor, the woman needs to go to the market where she sells the fish. Or some women carry this fish to the homes and they will sell the fish there. But she sells it on the harbor, sorry, in the market, getting fish from the harbor and selling it in the market, selling it at the market. And if they don't reach at the market earlier, they will, we can see that men will taken over all the places, the strong and the puffed up man, puffed up males, and they can put polyester shirts, spray themselves with perfumes, and go around in vehicles. I have already told you we can see a marginalization, double marginalization. You can see one marginalization is the marginalization faced by fishermen community, area community, and another marginalization that even in that community there is a marginalization, double marginalization. A woman is marginalized because a fish selling man have lot of has a lot of privileges, but a fish selling woman has no privileges. What is the privilege can be occupied or entertained by a fish selling man? He can go wherever on the vehicle. A woman cannot ride a vehicle to sell fish, and she can wear polyester shirts. It is very easy to do it when there is a shirt, and you can see what is the dress of a woman, the lungi blouse and these kind of things. Who says this is the marginalization? Why can't they other comfortable dress? No society allow no society allows her to wear a comfortable dress. That is what the situation. That is what the marginalization. But it is okay for males. They can't put polyester shirts. There will not be smell, and they can spray themselves with the perfume. They may use perfumes and go. They can go around the vehicle. They need not to wait for the vehicle. They can go around the vehicle. They need not to go on the bus. That is what their privilege. But it is not entertained by a fishing woman. This is the reality. How much hard is that job? Needs to wake up early, needs to go market, needs to fight with the male traders to get a good fish, and needs to pay, needs to buy ice, needs to buy sodas. After this is all the things happening. Uh, when she reaches at the market, there will also be the trouble. Yes. Uh, Son of a bitch. She becomes angry many times. You know that how can be a person without angry in this kind of situation? A day starts in early morning and the troubles, hassles, struggles throughout. Right? Some they can go around with vehicle, but a woman is not able to do that. A woman cannot drive. A fisher woman cannot drive a scooter or any other kind of vehicles, goods vehicles. Son of a bitch. See, if you don't reach the market in time, it's such a hassle. All the tidy spots will be occupied by the male that we have already. Son of bitches. And they sell it cheap, the fish. So all the regulars are after them. And this male fishermen can sell the fish in a cheaper cost because they reach in the market earlier. They buy it wholesale, and they have other kind of facilities. They have their own vehicles to go. Then they can also sell it. They can also sell it in a cheaper way. That cannot be done by that cannot be done by a woman, because it is a great trouble for a woman to sell fish, because she needs to what we can call, she needs to pay a lot, she needs to find a lot of trouble and struggle in her life. Then she needs to get money. She can't sell it in a uh, cheaper cost, but male people can say, because they will get a good business, but they don't, the woman do not get. That is why she is angry. And what, people always buy fish from male, they don't buy fish from woman, then they don't have business. Son of witches, and they sell it cheap, the fish, so all the regulars after them. And what do we do but take whatever dirty sports are left? They will get the fishing woman will get only the dirty sport. They are left in the market, in market we need to find a place, then only they can sell the fish. So if you are not reaching the market earlier, if you are not reaching the market earlier, all the places will be occupied by the male, and a woman do not get a proper place. You know, only dirty spots. You know that if you go to a fisher market, you know that it's not a good place. Every fisher market is a dirty place. That is why always we use fisher market as a symbol or idiom to say that is it a market? People may say that it's not a market. Be silent. Make it very clear and tidy. It's not a market. So market, a fishing market is always, fish market is always considered as a dirty place. And even in that dirty place, this woman, female fish selling people will only get the left out space by the male fishers, male fish sellers. And what do we do? But whatever dirty spots are left, getting muffled up with by the flies and bitten by the mosquitoes, they need to sit in that place by getting muffled up by the flies. There will be flies, house flies will be flying around the basket and surrounding this woman. This woman is having a fish smell, and their basket is full of fish. So the flies would be, house flies would be flying around her and beaten up by mosquitoes. You need to go to the market, then only you can see the situation. There, in a market, there will be a corner for women, right? Beaten up by the mosquitoes. You have swimming pools. It's another argument about marginalization and what we can call the problem of the people who has no privilege in this world. Just listen. You have swimming pools and water parks and rain dance and whatnot all over the place. We we have many kind of things that is having plenty of water, swimming pool, water parks, water theme parks, rain dance, but what not all over the place. What, wherever we go we have water, but look at this tap at the fish market. Not a drop of water you can see in the tap of a fish market. Then how can she wash her hand? How can she get water to clean her face or to clean her clothes where we can see the smell? Male have perfumes, male have polyester shirt, male have vehicles to carry water. She can't carry water because she has to carry this bowl. And all the taps of market will not work properly. You go to the market, you can see that. And there is no tap, there is no drop of water at the tap of market, fish market. Government will not do that. Government may allow to what have a water swimming pool. Water is there in swimming pool, water is there in water theme park, rain dance, but no drop of water is available in a fish market. This is the situation, this is the hardship a woman needs to face. How can we clean our hands? But look at this tap, the fish market, not a drop of water. Let our head and hand and breast smell of fish. How can we clean our hand, the head, the breast? You know, the whole body may be having the drop of the water coming from the basket, and everywhere we can see the bad smell, the stink, the stench of the fish. How can they clean? Can they go out of the market? No, they can go only in the market, but no water is available in the market. This is a situation we can see in all the market. Not clean enough. Let our head and hands and breast smell of fish. not clean enough earth. Under the tap, the women tear at each other's hair for a drop of drinking water. No water will be available for even drinking. Then how can we clean the hands? And our men break our heads saying there is no water to drink. All the men will come and they say that go out and there is no water to drink. Do you think clean drinking water cannot go down our throats? Don't you feel that? We are also living in this world and we are also having the right to drink the pure water. But how can we get? Why don't we give that? Why don't the government, why don't others give the water to us? It's our right to get a pure water. But the society does not make any kind of circumstances that is helping to the people who are marginalized, people who are suffering with this. Do you think we can't take a bath in a clean water? Fish stinks, and you say that you have fish stink, you feel fish stink. Whose responsibility? Do you think clean drinking water cannot go down our throats? This drinking water will go on our throats too. Do you not think that? Don't you think that? Do you think we can't take a bath in a clean water? Can we take a bath in a clean water? What can we do? And you finally you say that there is fish stink. Who is responsible for that? The society, the government, the people, ourselves, it is responsible for that. And it is not the problem of a fish selling woman. We don't provide any circumstances, and we don't provide any situation that is supporting this kind of people, and we will always blame them for the smell of the fish. And we should eat fish when it is on our dining table, but we are not ready to accept the smell. We are not ready to uh, understand the problem of that person. I think we have reached at the half of the play. uh, Hope I can continue. Hope you are listening to. uh, can I continue? Some of you please respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. Spheres. No, she is the actress herself and speaks in a tone that suggesting telling a story. Now she is going to tell a story. She swears, in an authentified way, she is going to say a story, a mythical story. So this is the problem of the people, and this is the reality, not her problem. This is the problem of the society. And she says, "Let me try this. Let me try the smell. Aye, this is not fish stink. You people say that this is fish stink, mean natam, but this is not a fish stink. This is Matsyaganddhi. This is Matsyaganddhi. That is why it is titled as Matsyaganddhi. This is not stink. We know that Gandham is stink, and we see order there is manam. Manam is positive, and we say natam is negative in Malayalam. Stink. Uh, Matsyagantham. We don't say Matsyagantham. We may say that Puvinde Gandham, Puvinde Sugandham. But for Malsyam, we have Natam, mean Natam. But she says this is not that kind of sting. This is Matsyagantham. There is an exclamation mark you can see. This is a Matsyagantham. Don't you know the story of Satyavati, the Matsyaganthi, a story from Purana? She used to ferry people across the river. Her in Bottle, a character in Satyavati, I think the grandmother of Pandavas or somewhere. You just know about that. She used to ferry people. She is a woman. Her duty is to row boat to ferry people from one side to another side of the river. A ferry woman, a ferry woman, ferry people across the river in her little boat, a canopy, a little boat. One day, while she was paddling her boat, she was paddling her boat one day. A Muni, an old sage, Parashara, an old sage, Parashara, that is what the name. We need not know the name, just to imagine that story. Parashara got interested in her because she is a pretty woman. uh, Satyavati name. An old sage got attracted with her beauty. They say that she was fascinated by the way she smelled of fish. She was fascinated the way by she was fascinated because she has a smell of fish. That is why she was that is why others fascinated. And at last he decided to have her in the boat itself. This sage, this Muni, had a relationship, had a sexual intercourse with that woman on the boat itself, though she was smelling fish, though she had a smell of fish. You know. At last, the Muni decided to have her on the boat itself and creates a canopy, a cover out of the thin blue mist. A sage is not supposed to do these kind of things. So, but she was highly attracted by the beauty of that woman, and she wants to have her. She wants to have an intercourse with her. She decided to do that on the boat itself, on that canopy, small boat itself, by covering. He is very powerful that he can cover with the snow, blue mist, changing her expression fiercely and staring at the audience. She became more powerful while she was saying that. That Muni, that sage covered with the snow. This sage is here considered as the people who has all the privilege. You know, they can do anything, but a woman cannot do that. He covered with blue mist, changing her expression. In this moment, when the story goes to a turning point, the fisherwoman, the Arya woman, changed her expression fiercely and staring at the audience. And he says that, like what? Like you remember how our Flory and another woman who was raped, who was had by three such sages together near the Ullur market. A real incident happened in Ullur market in Trivandrum itself. And they did not even an excuse of a cover. Fish stink, you say, phew. It's an interjection. Phew. That is in Malayalam. Clear. So this is what happening in our society. This is what happened in our Puranas. What people say that the woman, the fishing woman have a smell of fish, but some of them raped her, brutally raped her. Flory, a fishing woman, a fish selling woman. She was raped and she was brutally raped by three such sages. In Purana, it was done by a sages. What did the sage do? Sage covered with the snow. And what happened in the present? There was no excuse of a cover. And even though you can say that fish stings, she is shouting at the males who may have this kind of attitude. They may say that there is fish sting, but if they get a woman to have that, get a woman to rape, they will do that. This is what our males are doing to uh, a woman. That's why she became very fiercely expressed this kind of way. This is also a marginalization. Being an area, being a fisher woman, there is a marginalization, and being a woman itself is a double marginalization. So this is the problem. So she has many things to say like this. You can see that. So uh, people always looks at their, people always peeps at the, but they will in the presence they will say that they stink. But if they are supposed to be shared, they are ready to accept everything. That you can see. Right. So there is no water. That is what we can see. That is. So this is the problem. And do you hear the sound of? She walks under the fishing net, examines the fish dangling from the net. and the lightning changes. Now she works herself up to a frenzy mood. And again, we can see the scene as we have seen in the beginning. Clear. So she complained about again. Uh, this is the story of Purana. We can see that she tells the story of Satyavati. Though Satyavati was having the smell of fish, the sage, the pure, what we say, the pure sage, holy sage was attracted, and the sage had her. Even Satyavati had a fish thing. That is what happened in the same case of Glory. Glory was too raped by the other male people. They always comment about the smell, the fish sting. What can you see here? So she presents the way where Satyavati and Parashara Muni was the in Purana. After this, he again reaches in the shore, and she argues that, "Do you hear the sound of the sea breaking?" She walks under the fishing net and examines that fish dangling from her net, and lightning changes. Now she works herself up to a frenzy, and again, she has a mood of a frenzied state that you can see. She again reached on the shore. "Do you hear the sound of the sea breaking? Are the sea dogs fleeing east and the sand on the shore shaking? Some troubles are happening on the seashore. My man had checked it all up before taking out his boat. Her husband he does know about all the changes happening on the shore. No such thing. It was a clear day, but there was no problem in the day where she lost her husband. Normally, if there is a problem on the shore, on the sea, her husband can understand that. But the day when he went to the sea for fishing, there was no problem. The sea was calm. It was a clear day. She touches the earthen face. I have already told you that she has made an earthen face on the shore. That is considered as her husband. My man had checked it up all before he goes to the market. No such thing. It was a clear day. She touches the earthen face and begins to what we can call begins to knead it. Begins to knead it. She smears the earth on her body and throws it away. He says about her man who has lost life on the shore. It was a day, there was no problem. There was no problem on the sea. Even though her man lost the life. What happened to him? Even though he lost the life, it was no problem. It was a calm day. But even in that day, though he was very experienced, you can see that. Even though it was very calm, something happened to her man. We don't know what happened to her man. Let's see. My man, one who held the infinite sea in the palm of his hand. That much of an experienced person was her man. A man who can catch the sea on his hand. He's a skilled person who knows the depth and stars of the sea. Stars on the sky when he was on the sea. One who held the infinite, the endless sea in the palm of his hand, one who paddled his boat and fished in tune with the season. He knows the tune of the season. He knows the exact time he can get fish. That kind of an experience. The guy was her husband. But what happened? He knows the rhythm of the sea into the depth of the water, oblivious of the rhythm rhythm of the trawler nets scuttling around. You know, one who paddled with the boat and fished in tune with uh, that kind of thing, experienced the person into the depth of the water. But what happened? He was oblivious of the rhythm of the trawler nets scuttling around. But he does not, or he did not know one thing, that the trawler nets cutting around. Cutting means to catch uh, in a large extent. That is what called cutting. Trawler net means trolling is related to fishing. We know that trolling. You have heard trolling nirodhanam. Trolling means fishing. So he got he was an experienced person. Her husband was an experienced person, but he did not know about trawler nets. Trawler nets means trawler boats, large scale fishing boats. He did not know the sound of that. He was not aware about that. That means he may be killed by the trawler net. This is the globalization. This is the problem of globalization. He was a victim of globalization and modernization of fishing. That is why. So her man has lost the life. As though standing beside the destroyed earthen face, she is falling into waters. Now, lying down, she articulates her recollections. She moves on her hands like a movement of a fish. She, by thinking about this, by thinking about her problem, by thinking about her poverty, by thinking about her man, by thinking about the circumstance, by thinking about the struggles done by the society, she herself becomes like a fish. You can see that she herself becomes like a fish because she is suffering, or we are responsible for her suffering. The trawler boats, the society, trawler boats killed her husband, and she became like a snake. She became like a fish. She moves on. Now she can only move her hands only, like a movement of the fish that you can see. There was a time when the sea was full of fish, and she recollects the past. Who has made the sea like this? Who has distracted the wealth of this sea? There was a time. It was in past. The sea was full of fish. Now there is no fish. Why? This kind of trawler boats, large scale fishing, fishing boats, trawler boats. That is what. There was a time. There was a time. There was a time when the sea was full of fish. Fish was less expensive too. We did not pay much for the fish. It was less expensive. It was more available. And the children of the seashore, the people of the seashore were healthy and wealthy too. You didn't have a, you didn't have to hunt for fish at the harbor and other markets. There was no harbor in past. There was only seashores. People go on boat. Small boat can come to the beach, come to the seashore, but the large boats cannot come to the seashore. They need a harbor to arrive. That we know, port or harbor. Now the fish are only available in harbors, but in the past, fish was there everywhere in the seashore because only small scale fishing was there in the past. So everyone was happy. There was no struggle, no problem for getting fish. But now it is always we can see that the problems. Everywhere we can see arguments. What you had at the shore here was enough and more. Gleaming silvery fish. There were good fish in past. Now the fish that is contaminated with the chemicals and ice, it was very pure in the past. Now it is not pure. Why? Now it is a business. It's a pakka business, or it is the part of globalization. There is no good fish at the left of your hands. Amma would pick up some and sell them at off markets. her mother. He remembers about the past. And we would wait for her to come back with her basket full of rice and vegetables and peas and chilies and bananas. It was about her mother. When her mother was selling fish, he was very, she was the, this woman was very small. It was, there was prosperity because they get good money. There were plenty of fish, and she would come back with a basket full of grocery and full of things that is needed in their house. But what is the situation of this woman? No one is going to buy fish from this woman. No proper situation. No, nothing is happening here. Clear. And bananas. Labor had its rewards then. During that day, labors, the workers had rewards then, good wages to live the society. But now it is only happening into the owners of that. This is what the problem of a corporate business. This is what the problem of the business. This is what is going to happen in India. This is what we learn in going local. Clear. So when it is monopolized, when it is corporate led, no common people will have the benefit. In past, fisherwomen were wealthy. You know, in past they got a good payment, they got good work, and they could sell good fish. There was no problem. But now it is not going in that way. And Kadalamma used it to protect her children in past. Now Kadalamma can't protect the children because now there is happening destruction in the sea. Now Kadalamma is not that much strong like this corporate monopolized, the globalized, the industrialized, the modernized the world. There were no motor boats screaming the way through. There was no motor boat in the past, but now it everything you can see the sound, the growling sound of what we call the cutting, catching in a large scale trawler boats. And you see, uh, and Kadalama used it to protect her children. There were no motor boats screaming their way through. No trawler boats cheering open the bosom of the sea. What did the trawler boat do? It tearing open the bosom of the sea. കടലിന്റെ മടിത്തട്ട് എന്നൊക്കെ പറയാം. It teared the bosom of the sea and got everything with greed, all the fish. Why we people stop trawling in the month of July, August, in between July and August, because that is the time for the what we can call, that is the time for the reproduction of fish, and the what we can call the growing time of the small fish. That is why we don't do trawling. But some things, some large scale uh, fishing system, they may catch all this kind of fish. That is what they will tear the bosom of the sea, and no foreign vessels dredging up Kadalama's womb. Now the foreign vessels means large ship, they are coming to catch fish, and they will catch fish and they will put ice and they will export it. They may use it for months because of the technology. They will dredging up the womb of Kadalama. Clear? That is what happening now. That's why we don't get fish. That is why we don't get good fish. At the end of a high-pitched monologue, you can see a high-pitched monologue. At the end of a high-pitched monologue, she moves forward, light showers fall. Now she unfurls an umbrella on which it is printed God's own country, and runs around among her neighbors, sharing the celebratory mood generated by the news of harbor about to be built there. So this is what happening in our God's own country. So, so he came out of that frenzied state into reality, and he is going to say, do what we can see. At the end, a high-pitched monologue. Everything became changed. You can see that she got an umbrella. Umbrella is also a symbolic term. She got an umbrella. At the end of a high-pitched monologue, she moves forward and light showers fall, and she unfurls. She opens an umbrella. She unfurls. Once again. She unfurls uh, she unfurls an umbrella on which is printed God's own country, and runs around among her neighbors, sharing the celebrity mood generated by the news of a harbor about to be built there. He became very happy by hearing one that there is going to there is an arrival of a new harbor. Harbor is a symbol of development. Harbor is a symbol of modernization, globalization. And these poor people believe one thing, that a harbor is going to be built. That is right, exactly. A harbor is going to be built in this place. But what happened if there is a harbor? We may believe that if there is a harbor, we will get a fish. No, no poor man will get fish. Harbor, that a large place that is built for the arrival of large boats. It is not done in a seashore because of the sand. No large boat can come closer to the shore. And if a harbor is built, everything can come and uh, sail. We will get more fish. That is what we people think, but we can't get. That is what the system. That is what the future. Only the people who have more money, only the people who have power will get a harbor. In future they are going to have a harbor. A new harbor is going to be built. So this is a problem. It's a problem of in the play we can see a personal problem. Same time we can see what the problem of the society, problem of the development, what is. And uh, now we hear there is going to be a harbor on this shore, that a lot of foreign ships will be here, and we will get a lot of foreign ship will come. It will be good for the people, that the people on the shore will get jobs at the harbor and at the big hotel that is going to come up here. Hearing it all, we too felt very happy. She became very happy that a harbor is going to come, and we will be very happy. We will There will be uh, there will be some hotels, and every man of the shore will get job. He holds the umbrella in such a way that it hides her from view like a wall. Her fingers and toes are visible to the audience. She's groping around like a fish. But what happened if a harbor comes? Will she get job? We can't say that. And say that there is going to be a huge wall between the sea and the shore. And if there is a harbor, if there a harbor is coming, there will be a huge wall between the sea and the shore. How then can we take our little boats out into the sea? If there is a harbor, we can't use little boats. We can only use large boats. Can it be owned by us? No. Can be owned by, it can be owned by the people, they are rich. There is going to be a large wall between the sea and the shore. How then can we take our little boats out into the sea? How can we do it when there is no sea out there? We can't see the sea. We can't see the sea if there is a wall. A huge wall is going to be appear in front of us between the people, the sun, uh, the children of the sea. They are the children of the sea, but there is going to be there we can see that a wall is going to arrive in between the children of the sea and uh, the mother sea, Kadalama. How can we do it when there is no sea out there? Don't we need to ride the sea looking at the star? Don't we need to understand the rhythm of the sea? How can we understand the rhythm of the sea and listen to the listen to the fishes chattering? Don't we need the shore to dry the fish we buy from market with money borrowed under heavy interest rates? And where shall we keep our little boats? If there is no seashore, we know that what is going to happen? There will be a harbor. As a part of development, there will be a harbor. After the harbor, there appeared a large wall between these people, these area people, these fishermen folk, and the sea. And where can we dry our fish? Dry fish symbolizes another thing, because nobody will buy the fish from that. Then there is only way to make it dry and sell it in a cheaper cost. Don't we need to the seashore? Don't we need the seashore to dry the fish? We buy from the market with money borrowed under heavy interest rates. This is a problem. They buy fish with heavy interest rates. And where shall we keep our little boats? Because if there is a harbor, where shall we keep our little boats? If we go over to another seafront, will if we go to another seafront, another shore, will we ever get this sea of ours? Can we get our own sea? Now the sea is now the sea is our sea. This is the problem. If development happens in the forest, what happens? The forest of the people who protects and who live in the forest want to get the forest. You know, if something happen in develop as the part of development seashore, what happens? They will lose the sea. They are the protectors of the land. But this globalized world, this greedy world will harm everything, destruct everything. Where shall we go? Will we ever get the sea of ours? And even if the whole sea is drained of fishes, even if the sea itself is one, will this fish sting go? If there is no our own sea, if our fish sting go, our fish sting, the problem. She folds the umbrella. She does not want that umbrella of development. Now that our Kadalama is being snatched away, being take away from us by the government, because government is going to build the harbor. My only hope is Matsyaganddhi. What now I have is my Matsyaganddhi. This is my identity. This is my identity. I should need to keep this. This smell of the fish to those who visit seashore looking for a good time. I can offer not fish alone, but Matsyaganddhis too. So if you want to make a harbor here, if you want to destroy these people, you will not get the Matsyaganndham only. You can get some kind of Matsyaganddhis too, because the fisherwoman, you can see the God's own country on the sea. So this fisherwoman will be in trouble. You can watch the beautiful sea, you can watch the beautiful harbor. Along with that, you are responsible to get these Matsyaganddhis too. Matsyaganndhi here referred as the people, the women. They are having no job. Their husbands are killed by some other things related to this industrialization and globalization. They don't even have family. They don't have their seat to share their problems, and a whole shore full of illiterate, fatherless little Vyasas. There will be Vyasas. That is what the son of Satyavati. So the sage, after having the relation, the sage left Satyavati in Purana. The rapers left glory in the reality. This is also going to happen in the seashore also. The government, the greedy people is going to rape the sea. They are going to snatch the Kadalama from them. They are going to dredge up the Kadalama with the bomb. And what will be the result? You can see many people, many husbandless Matsyaganddhis, and a whole shore full of illiterate, fatherless little Vyasas. Vyasa is here symbolically represented. That is what we saw in Purana. You know, our children will be fatherless, our children will be illiterate because of your problem, because of your greed, because of your unscientific, and you don't have a vision how to protect the people. You have only one vision, that is to destruct every resources of nature. That will definitely harm the people. That will make more Matsyaganddhis, more fatherless, more husbandless Matsyaganddhis. Like that is what the future will happen. Though her husband died in a trolling boat, by attacked by beaten by a trolling boat, many other people will die in this shore. If there is an arrival of harbor, these poor people will not get fish. These poor people can't see the sea. They will also be in trouble. But somebody will make money. This corporate led people, make money. This is what happening in everything. This is what the problem discussed in going local too. She laughs as if she enjoys her own joke, then sobs, throws away the umbrella and aluminium bowl. So that will be happening in future. And she became what? She became Matsyaganddhis, like Vyasas. They will send their life. They will sail. They will sell their life. What? Every people will become husbandless, and there will be many children fatherless children. That means women will not have any other livelihood. They will become prostitutes. They will become prostitutes because of this world, because all their men will be killed by this world. That is what the future, in recent future, we will see. What I am doing on the shore with my hair down, is that what you are asking me? Can you bring back my man whose little boat was hit by a trawler vessel? You, the developing world, you, this corporate led world, you, this globalized world, can you give back my man whose little boat was attacked, hit by a trawler vessel, a large ship like a vessel of fishing? His his man her man's smaller boat was hit by a trawler vessel. Can you He was killed on the sea, not because of natural problem, not because of the curse of Kadalama, only because of this trawler boat, this large kind of trawler vessels. Can you give their life back to the little fishes being slaughtered by the trawler nets? And what is happening in sea now? Every wealth of the sea is taken away. Small fish, small back to the fishes being slaughtered by the trawler nets, and then rise them and bring them over my basket. Slaughtered by the trawler nets and then rise them and bring them over my basket. That is what we are selling now. No, no need to accept me by turning me into Kasturi Gandhi. I don't want to be a Kasturi Gandhi. Musk deer, Kasturi Gandhi, Kasturi man, a creature having a smell in this body. Kasturi man. നാഭിയിൽ ഒരിത്തിരി കസ്തൂരി നിക്ഷേപിച്ച് നായാടപ്പെടാൻ വിട്ട man. That is what a Malayalam poem says. Kasturi man. So I don't want to become a Kasturi man. I don't want to become a Kasturi Gandhi. I don't want a development. I don't want to have a good life as you told, without having these people, without having my man, without having my sea, without having my people, without having my existence, my identity as a Matsyaganddhi. I am very proud of being that Matsyaganddhi, and I don't want to be a Kasturi Gandhi, as you say. You say that Kadalama will be angry if a Mukwa woman stands on the seashore with her hair unloosened. Now her hair is unloosened. But Kadalama will be angry if a woman is standing like this. That is the rule of the sea. That is the custom what they are practicing. They have the goat, they have Kadalama as the mother. Hair unloosened. Well, then let my hair remain untamed, unloosened. Let Kadalama grow into rage, but I have no problem. I will keep my hair like this. Let Kadalama rage. Let Kadalama be angry. I don't have any problem, because Kadalama is the ultimate power for them. Let everything be destroyed. I don't want to live a life like this. I don't want to be a Kasturi Gandhi. Let Kadalamma grow into a rage. Let her break up all these trawler boats and foreign vessels. All these large-scale trawler boats and foreign vessels be destroyed with the rage and the power of Kadalamma. Look, this stench doesn't come from my basket. It is the stench of the sea decaying. You say that I have this stench, this smell, this stink, and it's not the stench of me. It does not come from my basket. It is the stench of the sea decaying. Our sea, the sea that you say that the repository of many uh, living, many things what we get, that is decaying, that is destroyed with the large scale fishing, with the trawler vessels and trawler nets. It is the stench of decaying dreams of Matsyaganddhi. This is also the stench of the decaying dreams of Matsyaganddhis. Not only the stench of my basket, not only the stench of my fish, this is the stench of the decaying sea too. But for you, it's nothing but fish stink. But you say only one thing, that it is the stink of the fish. But actually, it is not the stink of the fish. It is the stink of the decaying sea. It is the stink of the decaying nature. It is the stink of the decaying people. And this is the result of the decaying dreams of Matsyaganddhis too. But for you people, for us, for the readers, for the viewers, for the globe, for the people who believe, for the people who admire, for the people who supports globalization and modernization development, this is only one thing, that this is the fish skin, and I will always blame them for that. But for you, it's nothing but fish stink. Translated from Malayalam by V.C. Harris. He was a well-known translator. And about the author, I have already presented, and I have already given a note on the story. And this is very simple, and some glossary and explanations are there. Uh, I will uh, I will give the answers of the question. I may give the soft copy of that. And if you have any doubt, that you can ask now. And this video is streamed on YouTube live. You can also watch there, and you can make if you have any doubts, and you can also comment it for the doubts that you can see. Uh, uh, so I think there are someone more than 35 participants and here. So this is how the play ends. She lights the lamp. This is happening as a symbolic thing. Let us hope for a good future where will be the good thing that happens to the people, that happens to the marginalized people. The stink is not coming from my basket. That is from the smell of decaying smell of the sea. That is the smell of the decaying life and dream of the Matsyaganddhis too, the women of the seashore too. From anyone who has a problem in life in seashore because of many things. That is what being discussed in this session. Hope you could understand. And if you have any doubts, it's open session. You can ask the doubt. The play ends like this. മത്സ്യഗന്ധികളുടെ സ്മെൽ, മത്സ്യഗന്ധികളുടെ ഗന്ധം. This is the decaying smell of the life of Matsyaganndhis. Here comes the light off. Here comes the light off, and this is the end of the one act play, Matsyaganndhi, written by Sajitha Madathil, a well-known, nationally acclaimed artist. One second. So hope you have understood, and if you have any doubt, as I have told, you can ask it now, or you can comment it. That's up to you. Some of you can respond, and